Hi, Tammy Stago coming to you on Drop In Knowledge, my new YouTube channel. I'm coming on here just to share some nuggets, valuable nuggets that I learned on the Content to Cash Challenge. That was such a blessing to take part of. And I don't even remember how I signed up for it. It's just like I got this email and then all of a sudden I was like, I did. Um, I didn't know. And so I got on it. And then the next thing you know, I signed up for the Content to Cash Challenge because it was such an awesome opportunity that, to be able to rub elbows with people that, are out there doing, podcasts and have established YouTube channels and websites and digital marketing, and they're out there just doing the thing, So you always want to you want to be around the people that you want to be like, right? So you want to inspire to be inspired by, be I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? Be inspired by your surroundings. And if you're not around inspiring surroundings, then what are you doing? Be around inspiring people. Be around an inspiring, excuse me, environment. So yeah, that's what I got to do. And one of the things that I learned was, be the content, do the things that you need to do, which is move to do those things, those hard things, those challenging things that people people are inherently lazy and they don't like to do things that make them uncomfortable. In order to change your surroundings, you're going to have to do some things that make you uncomfortable. And so that's what I've been doing. It's been a crazy week. Like all last week, I was, I think I did one post, only because I got the energy to do it and I was exhausted. I mean, I wasn't even able to attend the Zoom meetings live, but they offered the opportunity to listen afterwards, which was awesome. So then like every day after work, it was like I made the investment. So I got to make sure that I don't miss any of these meetings, which was really awesome. So I logged on to Zoom. Like I got home from work sometimes, didn't get off until like 6:30, still had to drive home. So 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, I was finishing up these Zoom videos and watching them and taking notes and writing all of the little golden nuggets down. All of the questions that other people asked were, I didn't get to ask any questions, but that's okay because most of the time people ask the questions that you're wanting to ask or that you didn't even think to ask. So you took notes on the answers to their questions. So it was awesome. It was so awesome. And I was so inspired. And I was so inspired to hear people's stories about how, in their humble beginnings and how they got started. And so I would like to eventually be able to have my own studio. But right now I'm doing what I can. So do what you can, if you're an aspiring YouTube person, I don't know what you call it, personality, you want to start a podcast, you want to do a YouTube channel, you want to do, you want to get a website, you want to do something like that, just start doing it. Just start doing it. Everybody starts somewhere, and there's going to be somebody that watches me, and I'm hoping that I gain subscribers and I start talking about encouraging things. So I'm encouraging you to just get out there, be the content, do the challenging things it takes to learn about content creation, about digital marketing, about self-improvement, about getting over yourself, getting past your personal challenges, helping you to do the things it takes to identify your personal challenges. Like sometimes you're like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it takes me so long. Like even for me right now, like this is hard for me. I think actually I haven't posted anything all week. I think the last time I posted on here was last week. I'll have to look at the post, but yeah, it was last week. All this week, I was so like overwhelmed with last week's challenges and videos. I mean, I was exhausted by the end. They even had some extra stuff on Saturday and extra meetings that I attended live, which was exciting for me. It was just all exciting. It was just all exciting stuff. And I was overwhelmed, and I was overfilling. My cup was overflowing with blessings of knowledge, and my brain was like, like your brain was just like, and I was just overwhelmed. And so like all week I just been like thinking about things. I get stuck in my head a lot. I don't know if anybody's like that, but sometimes when I'm presented with things, I get stuck in my head. And so then I get stuck, period. Like I get stuck in my head and I start thinking about stuff, and I'm thinking about all the things that I can do. But during those times, sometimes it's okay. It's okay to be stuck. Just don't stay there. So if you're stuck, start writing the stuff down. What's keeping you stuck? For me, I had to just give myself a break. Look, Tammy, you went through a lot. You did some things that a lot of people just wouldn't do. They'd just be, I don't have time for this. But I want it. I want it so badly that I'm going to do the things that it takes to get there. I'm going to learn, and I'm not a young chicken. So it took a lot for me, because I also at the same time had to keep up my personal challenge to myself was to keep up with this Bible study challenge that also happened to fall in the same week. So I was getting up early and going to bed late. And I haven't done that for a long time. And I thrive in that. But then on the other hand, I need my rest too. So I was like up at 5:45, 6 o'clock, and reading my scripture, because it's like this Bible study challenge. I think it's like 6 weeks that I'm going through. Every day you read a scripture. You answer questions about the scripture and what you read. And it's a lot to do in the morning, but it really doesn't take that long once you get into the groove of things. So I was doing that. I did that. And the really cool thing about it was a lot of times the scripture that I was reading really applied to the things that I was learning as well, which was really interesting. Like the scriptures that I was reading, like the do, be, have, be the content. So, when people, they were talking about where people just couldn't, you didn't know what to talk about. And so they were talking about how just get on and be the content and talk about the things you're going through, which is what I'm doing right now. Talk about your life, talk about the things you're going through, talk about your challenges, talk about the things you're learning. So do, be, have, be the content. And in Christianity and following the way of Jesus, Christian means literally little Christ. So we are to be like Christ. And so in content creation, we are the content. We're being what we say we are. And you're only going to be successful if, say, down the road, you're pretending to be one person and then you only hit a certain level of success, because people eventually will find you out if you're a faker, if you're fronting, if you're putting up a front and you're not really that person that you portray yourself to be on your podcast, or on, if you're teaching people how to lose weight, and it turns out that you've never shown yourself on camera, and you yourself are overweight, and you don't follow your own, that's just, whatever it is, not specifically ganging up on overweight people, but you know what I'm trying to say. You have to be the content. You have to be what you yourself are portraying, and what you're teaching people to do. So, I have my business is digital marketing. I'm also working full time, but my goal is to learn my digital marketing business. I'm earning while I'm learning, and I'm doing this on the side. And I was trying to do it like all the time, but like every day after work, but it's a lot. So I've decided that I'm going to schedule my weekends around the digital marketing business, that we can focus at work, because my work is a very stressful, takes a lot of my focus and energy a lot of the times. And I have a lot of other things going on during the week, to where I can't always, I can't do it in a quality way that I want to do it, right? You can't just, I don't want to be posting videos. I want to look fresh, like I'm ready for work. Like today I'm ready for work, and so I'm dressed. When I work from home, I don't really, I get dressed for work, but I don't really get dressed for work. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the yoga pants, so my hair's up in a bun. My hair's up in a bun today, but and that's just because it's Thursday, and Thursday's the last day I have to be in the office, and then I can work from home tomorrow. Anyway, I'm all over the place. But I hope that you get what I'm trying to say. You have to be who you say you're going to be. And that's the same thing in Christianity, and that's why a lot of people end up being discouraged when, they're all gung-ho and start following Jesus, and then they join a church. And then they get around people who claim to be followers of Christ and followers of the way, and they're not presenting their best, the best example for new followers. So as Christ followers, we have to be what we say we believe, which is, the most important, in the Beatitudes, the greatest rule of all is to love one another, right? Love your neighbor as yourselves, no matter who that neighbor is. It doesn't say love your neighbor if they're like you. It doesn't say love your neighbor if they're following all the same rules you do. It doesn't say love your neighbor if they live in the same country as you. It doesn't say love your neighbor if you like them. It doesn't say only love your neighbor if they eat the same food as you, or if they have the same culture, values, and beliefs that you do. No, it says love your neighbor. Love your neighbor whoever they are. Love your neighbor where they're at. Love your neighbor if they're rich or poor. Love your neighbor if they're black, white, brown, yellow, green, purple, whatever. You gotta love your neighbor. You gotta love your brother. Your neighbor is your fellow human being. Your fellow human being, whoever they are, whoever is around you, and not just living next to you. I mean, nowadays people don't even talk to their neighbors, know their neighbors. You come home, you drive in the garage, you shut the garage door, and then the only time you talk to your neighbor is if they're getting on your nerves, or they rolled up on your property. They're intruding somehow or bothering you, and that's sad. It's a sad thing. But anyway, it was interesting to see how I drew those parallels, because I was taking the time to get up in the morning, because I could have put that off. But I made a commitment to God and to myself. And for me, I will, it's important to me. It's just important to me to, I made a promise to myself. I made a promise to God that I would make an appointment. I made an appointment with him. I made an appointment to meet God every single morning at 6 a.m. and pray and read my Bible scripture and listen to what he had for me for that day. And so that's what I did, on top of doing the Content to Cash challenge in the evenings. And so I just been kind of, I say chewing. I'm chewing on it. And so it's a lot. And I finally just rested, and I feel a burst of energy, and I feel like I can do it. And I think I'm going to pursue other opportunities to pursue greatness. Because, yeah, why not? I'm alive, right? We're all alive. We're all here for such a time as this. We all have a message. We all have things that we can share with one another. I shared last time that, my son had relapsed, and he's in a recovery program again. And so I'm hopeful, and I'm praying, and I am hoping the best for him, and trying to learn not to be a codependent mom, not to be, just let him be. He's a grown man, and he needs to make those decisions to get healthy. And I pray that the Lord continues to lead him, and I trust God. And so I trust that God has a plan, and that's a message for another time. But there's a whole story behind that, and my relationship with the Lord, and learning to trust him, and it's an awesome thing when you are learning not to worry. I was a big worrier. I used to be a big worrier, and I think I caused myself all this white hair. You can see I dye my hair now. I went a long time with my hair white. I might let it grow in a little bit. I don't know. I don't really care anymore. It's just like I do what I want to do, and do what you feel like. Be the best self. If dyeing your hair makes you feel better, girl, do it. I say, you like it, I love it. You do what you need to do to make yourself healthy, make yourself be a peaceful person, make yourself be in a peaceful environment. Challenge yourself, though. Always be improving. Always be working to improve yourself. So, yeah, be the content. Be the things that you aspire to be, and hopefully you will inspire others, and hopefully I'm inspiring you. I hope you follow me on my journey, like and subscribe for more content going forward, and I promise I will be more consistent. It's been rough, and so we got to support each other. So God bless you. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'm going to be posting more content. I'm going to start working on those videos and applying all the things that I learned on the Content to Cash challenge. And one of these days, I'm going to have my own YouTube channel, my podcast now. So any of y'all want to join me on my podcast one day, start liking and subscribing, and start being a fellow content poster. If you're a YouTube, if you're starting your own YouTube channel, I'll follow you and you'll follow me, and we'll encourage each other. Okay. All right. So have a wonderful day. God bless you guys. Bye.